I'm just gonna put a little bit. Ready?
It's a good song.
Welcome, everyone. Today's conversation is part of the UCI Pathways to College course, a program designed to help students understand how higher education works and how to prepare for the journey into college. This course explores the different college systems in California, the application process, financial aid, and the academic skills needed to succeed in college. Today, we are honored to be joined by two incredible leaders from the UCI Underground Scholars Program, Criminology, Law, and Society PhD student and plugs peer leaders for Underground Scholars mentor, David Penny. Let's give it up for David.
Thank you. Thank you.
And also, we have Transfer and Ambassador Program Coordinator, Stephanie Rodriguez. And also plugs peer leaders for Underground Scholars mentor. Let's give it up for Stephanie.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you guys for being here. Each of you bring powerful lived experiences and a deep commitment to supporting system impacted students and justice involved students as well who are pursuing higher education. This conversation is especially for the students in the Transitional-Aged-Youth program at the Theo Lacey Jail facility. This one's for you guys. And our goal today is simple: to share real stories of transformation, resilience, possibility, and hope. Through their journeys, we hope you'll see that education can be a pathway forward, no matter where your story begins. My name is Miguel Soto Trocoli, and I'm completing my bachelor's here at UCI, psychological science, and a minor in criminology. So let's begin by hearing about their journeys. So, David, I just want to say I'm honored and thank you so much for being here and making the time. You as well, Stephanie. I know how you're both super busy, so let's get it. First question for you, David. Can you share your personal journey and how your story has evolved over time, from how others saw you to how you see yourself today?
That's a good question. Well, first, man, that was a great introduction. Thank you. It
Thank
was
you.
well thought out.
Thank you.
And it's an honor to be here. It's
Thank
an
you.
honor to share myself and my story with the youth.
Yes.
And I'm going to try to be as open as I can, man.
Please do.
All
And
right.
know that our community and, the students that we work with in and outside of the jails, vulnerability, acknowledging that and bringing that to the surface is important. So thank you, David.
All
Yeah.
right. I hold on to incarceration as a big part of my story. It's not exactly who I am, but
Mm-hmm.
it's a big part of my story because it's
Mm-hmm.
what I do. So I always, in the spaces where it's important, I always try to lead with that. So I always try to
Yes.
let people know that I'm formerly incarcerated. I spent more than half of my life inside of juvenile halls and prisons and jails. And my last time in prison, which was my first time, I received a life sentence for attempted murder and 3 counts of robbery, and I received 50 to life. So I've been out of incarceration for 4 years last month, and right now I am working on my PhD here at UCI. I got out, I didn't have anything but an associate's degree to start off with,
Yes.
jumped into my bachelor's program, and then got into UCI. So just even with that little bit of information, my journey's changed. Like
Yeah.
when I was busted, my journey was different. I had a life sentence, so it was more
Mm-hmm.
about surviving. So that was a whole different journey. And then
Different
getting,
mindset too.
yeah,
Yeah.
different path, different people on the path with me.
Mm-hmm.
So getting out and finding education, that was a total, it wasn't even another journey. It was as if I was transported to another planet and I
Mm-hmm.
started over. So
Mm-hmm.
it's totally different.
A second
So
chance.
yeah, not only a second chance,
It's a,
man, but like to see things in life that I've never experienced,
mm-hmm.
right? And it's all because of education. So
Yes.
my journey has
Yes.
changed through time. And what was the second question?
Oh, um, and how from how others saw you to how you see yourself today. I know we understand that our perception of ourselves is so much more important than what others perceive of us. But maybe you can highlight a little bit of that, or also speak on. I don't know. Personally, I know that judgment can be powerful from others, but having the resilience to know who we are can also go a long way as well. Be protective over that as well.
Right. And
Yeah.
I lean on, and I was just speaking with my wife. My wife's name's Alicia. Shout out to
Oh,
my wife,
woo!
Alicia. That was hella corny, but
No, no, love.
Um,
Hey, I always tell the students, love. Lead with love and kindness, guys.
Yeah,
and
dude,
this is
like,
a
yeah.
David and Stephanie are embodiment of love and kindness. So keep that in mind. All right.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
How others, like, I was just speaking with that's how my wife came to my mind. I was just talking to her about this the other day. It's like, prior to my last incarceration, I was a horrible boyfriend, horrible father, horrible son. Everything was horrible. And in some cases, they were a horrible friend. I was just like the worst of the worst because I was caught up in that life and it was all about me. So I was like really a bad person. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everybody, you know,
We've
how it
been
gets.
there. It
Yeah.
happens. We know, like, yeah.
And so this is the first time, like, I have like this new title that hasn't been tarnished, and that's the title of a husband, right? So I'm like working really hard at not just being a good husband, but making my wife proud of me. And that's where like education is everything for me.
Yeah.
It's what sustains me. It would keep me afloat. It's what gives me motivation. So I try to find a way to put education into everything. But you know, I see myself now as a real person, you know, but it took me a minute to get there. It took me learning not only about other things, but about myself. And it took me to grow. So it's just a process, but it all starts with that willingness to want to change.
I love that. Yes, I can resonate all that. Revere it as well. Resonate so much. Thank you so much for sharing, David. That's amazing. And kudos to you for how far you've come and sharing that with us. I've told the students as they're currently inside the TAY program right now, it's difficult, right? And that transition, we have two young men who are actually leaving pretty soon. So I think that helps them understand the importance of, you know, how you see yourself while you're inside, but also knowing that once you're on the outside, it's a different world, it's a different planet too. And then the opportunity to also be a good partner or also be a good family member, you know. So keeping those things in mind, guys, moving forward as well. Thank you so much, David.
Yeah, don't trip.
Appreciate that. And then Stephanie, thank you so much for being here as well, Stephanie. Really appreciate it. And then can you share your background and what led you to work with the Underground Scholars Program here at UCI?
Yes, thank you again for having this space for us and working with me to try to get this, you know, podcast room.
Low key, shout out to Stephanie because she actually created this. She made this happen, guys. So if you ever see her, give her kudos, give her a shout out, give her much love. So thank you so much, Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie.
And also, going to David, I mean, I met him 2 quarters ago. He was my mentor.
How long is 2 quarters ago?
Like, what, 21 weeks?
I think it's 3 months, right? Or 21?
11 weeks.
Yeah.
Right?
2.
And so basically, like, he heard me out and he helped me with a paper that I was writing and kind of gave me his feedback. And that helped a lot. And because of that, I haven't told you the great news, but my research got into the Europe.
What is that? What is that?
So it's called the Undergraduate Research Opportunity Program. And I actually got the email on Friday.
Congrats. That's amazing.
So hopefully later on, if we do another video, we could go further on that.
Yeah, I would love to talk about your research and what you found. That would be a great show in itself. Yes,
and
definitely.
I'm sure if you could recall a little bit, you kind of, I'm pretty sure you remember. And
if you want to share a little bit, I mean, I love the studio. It's up to you. No pressure.
Not
though.
right now,
okay,
because I kind of want to answer the question. But I just want to, like, he saw that, he believed in me, like, you know. And also, like, I was applying for the master's program, so he also shared, like, his process of that. So, you know, because of that, like, I did do 2 applications here, you know, the Masters of Public Administration and the Masters of Urban Regional Planning. So I'm just waiting to hear back.
You know, it is crazy to sit here and think about the fact that we're doing a podcast for people that are busted, and we're sitting here talking about applying to programs that people are just dreaming about applying to.
That you have been accepted to one, right? You're a first-year criminology. She's applying for her master's. I've been accepted to my clinical psychology PhD program as well. So it is possible, guys. Know that your decisions in your past are not the end-all, be-all. They're part of your story, but they're not the end-all, be-all. So,
and that's why I kind of wanted to mention,
highlight mentor,
like being in the room with him, and obviously you too.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, you know, we see our LinkedIn and we like our stuff, right? And then I see you, you know, I
Yeah.
see you.
What's
And
LinkedIn?
you know the LinkedIn, the profile that we
But
have.
let them know.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Sorry. I'm like, David.
Good job defining. I know,
Sorry.
me to caught me off guard right now.
I was like,
wait a minute.
I was like, David, shouldn't you know?
I was like, didn't I just see you?
Thank you.
No,
I
no,
get
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So yeah, LinkedIn is, think about it this way: social media,
Mm-hmm.
but for professional
Yep.
people. And
Mhm.
I'm not saying like people like, oh, lawyers and business people. A
Mhm.
lot of people say as soon as you say professional, it's like they think it has to be all. No, these
Mhm.
are students,
Mhm.
teachers,
Yep.
social workers,
Mhm.
People
any
looking
type.
for
Yeah,
jobs.
Community members,
community
like
members.
community members, people, everyday people that have a social media to focus on academia or career or just development, personal development. Yeah.
Yes. So anyways, now that I did that about that part, I just kind of wanted to give him a shout out.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
thank you for,
Thank you.
you know, being a mentor, and,
Love
you know,
that.
listening
Yes.
at those moments. He has been so busy that I haven't seen him, you know, which is fine because everybody has their own journey, right? Even
Mhm.
Miguel, like when I
Mhm.
see him, it's like, hey, man, like we do a little 2-minute check-in and then that's it.
No, but much love for you. In those 2 minutes, you share so much love and you catch me
Yep.
up and hook. Like,
Yes.
once you guys are here at UCI, I mean, we might still be here, but I guess the point to mention is mentorship, right?
Yeah.
I even consider Stephanie a mentor because whenever I see her, she catches me up with everything that's going on with the Underground Scholars Program. And David is also a mentor to me because he has experience that I don't have. And now as a first year PhD student, like, we get to talk about research and how his research is going. So I also wanted to just highlight the importance of mentorship. I always let you guys know that mentorship can be like the best, right?
Yes, the
I
best
wouldn't be
network.
where I'm here if it wasn't for my mentors at Cypress College and Psi Beta, and also connecting with the rising scholars and all the different communities that even Active Minds at Cypress. So community, mentorship, and I think self-awareness, knowing ourselves is so important too. So
Yes.
thank you for highlighting that,
Yes.
Stephanie.
And
Yeah.
then
Stephanie.
and then
Yeah.
for the Underground Scholars Program here at UCI, Hector Cervantes, the director,
Yes.
he's my mentor as well.
Much love and shout out to Hector. He
Yes.
wanted to be here today, but he unfortunately wasn't able to make it. So hopefully we'll be able to get him another time as well. So we'll make it happen. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you. So now going
Yeah.
back to your question,
Yes.
can you repeat it again? Just so I
Yeah, no,
could
of course.
keep in
Thank
mind?
you for leading with that and reminding, like, you just shed so much light, Stephanie. So thank you. Can you share your background and what led you to work with the Underground Scholars Program?
Okay, so, and I'm gonna say that first, I have not ever been incarcerated.
Mhm.
Like, and for me, when I say that, I mean I say it with a lot of heart because I fought so hard not to get incarcerated.
Yeah.
And I grew up, you know, before I even turned 2, you know, my parents' home got raided. And so they both were taken away at the same time. Me and my brother at the time, I was 2, he was 1. Well, I was about to turn 2, and he was 1, and they took us, right? So now we became a ward of the state. You know, my parents lost their parental rights. And so now it's like, here you have these 2 kids, like, you know, they were living with their parents who only knew what they knew because of the environment.
Yeah.
Because both my parents were immigrated from Mexico at a young age. So they were brought here when they were like 6 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
So at that age, you have no idea. You don't have no choice. You have no say in nothing. They come here. They put them in Santa Ana, one of the worst neighborhoods back then. And that's why everything that you go through in a neighborhood, it's what we were offered. It's not because we wanted that. So imagine both my parents growing up in a rough neighborhood, Santa Ana, California. You know, this is before the 90s. This is a time in history where we have the war on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not just Santa Ana, it was everywhere.
Yeah.
So just think about it. 2 teenagers growing up in an area where first their first language is not even English.
Mm-hmm.
Second, nobody cared of their family, what they were doing. They just said, here you go. You go to school. We have to work. So, and then, the environment. So, point is, what I'm growing up, my background, I didn't have the traditional both parents. I didn't have the silver spoon. So then going through the foster, that's why I wore my fire shirt today.
Shout out to
Because
Fire too.
yeah, because the
Yes.
fire's the program here at UCI.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Foster Youth Resilience Education.
Mm.
So this program helps whoever was in foster, even if
Mhm.
you were at one point, and or if you still are, like, the program's here for you. And so it's going
You
on.
just came into the
Yeah.
world, and next thing you know, you're taken away from your family.
Yeah,
You know,
so
not knowing anything that's
Yeah,
going on.
So
too,
my
so.
so going that my background, basically, I had no idea what was going on with my
Mhm.
life. I didn't know no one,
Mhm.
being placed in foster, and then I guess my dad became a career criminal, and so he basically told my mom, like, peace out, like, I don't know you, right? Like, a lot
Mhm.
of career criminals, what they do is they just in and out, right? In and out, in and out, and they don't care about nobody else.
Mhm.
So basically, I didn't have a father, right? And then my mother, when she was incarcerated, they gave her a few time, like less time,
Mhm.
few years, to the point that because of lack of the language barrier, like,
Yeah.
that she had with her family, they didn't understand the court system, and they were scared because they were undocumented. So my mother would go tell them, like, hey, you need to go get my child
Mhm.
because she's gonna get it lost
Mhm.
in the system.
Mhm.
And so it took I think until I got to the age of 6, it took her sister to tell the judge, like, I'll take guardianship.
Because they didn't understand the system, or they were also scared of the system, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So then by the time that happened, my mom was already out,
Yeah.
but she had no parental rights over me.
Yeah.
So she couldn't visit me. She couldn't nothing. So anyways, now going to that, now I'm growing up with my aunt,
Mm.
who already has 4 children of her own, older, and they're all boys. I'm the only girl. And then my brother comes along, thankfully, because he's a year after me.
Mhm.
And I just
He was
grew up.
born year after you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so we were a
Yeah.
year apart. And then next thing you know, I have another sister,
Mhm.
but she was with another family member.
Mhm.
And so in between that, and so we were all from different fathers too.
Mhm.
And so I was lost. I didn't know who was who. I just knew that I live with my aunt, and next thing you know, she's my ma. Like, to this day, she's ma. And, she's the only one that basically was there for me. Made sure I went to school. She would walk me to school.
Just give a shout out to your aunt.
Yes.
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 And because of her, if she never took me to school, I don't think I would have ever thought about university.
Yeah.
Because when I started going to school, I loved it. I loved everything, like the desk, the elementary, right, with the little thing in the
I
bottom.
see it. I see
know,
it.
that
You're
I-
excited here.
Yeah, I
I
love
see it
it.
all the time. I see
And
that.
and so when we had the assemblies,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they take all the kids, right?
Yeah,
You're all
yeah.
walking, and
Yeah.
you're gonna meet someone today.
Mhm.
And I remember seeing people, like, I remember universities coming out,
Yeah. Yeah.
And now that I'm older and I see, like, Cal State Fullerton, Cal
Mhm.
State Long Beach, UCI, UCR, I know those letters,
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
were out there, like, who knows who they are now, where they're at now, but I'm
Yeah.
hoping they're doing good. But they were
Yeah.
out there basically telling kids, hey, you guys could go
Yeah.
to college,
But at the time, we didn't even know what that is.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I would argue I didn't. We see all these letters, or these people, and it's like, oh, I just want to get to my lunch. I want to go play handball. I want to go play tetherball. And
Yeah.
helping students, even at that age, maybe get some awareness regarding school. Obviously, letting them enjoy their development as children and have fun. But
Yeah.
it's
Right.
important to highlight that too, as well, right?
Right,
Yeah.
and that's why I think, like, this type of space,
Mhm.
the podcast is good for people who are um, busted right now,
Mhm.
that have no knowledge of college and that are getting into college. I think that this right here is what takes them to the next step, because
Yes.
I'm a firm
Yes.
believer in that you can't put down what you have right now until you know of something else.
Yeah.
And when you're still struggling to get information, when people are still telling you that you can't do this, but you can do this, when you get that information, it gives you motivation,
Yeah.
because you can hear, like, oh, well, that's not true. Look at David. David did 23 years. Look at Stephanie. She's from a messed up neighborhood and like everybody else. And
Yes.
look at Miguel. And it's like, no, man. The truth is that if you want to do it, you can do it.
Yes.
And
yes.
so it's these spaces, man, where we can provide the stories, we can provide the
Yes.
information. It's so important.
And before we go forward, I just want to say thank you, Stephanie, for sharing what you have and your resilience and everything you've been through as well, and being able to share it with us today. As you're a great mom. I don't know if it's okay if I can say that, but you're a great mom. Guys,
that even adds to it.
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to. Yeah,
and a mom.
Exactly, because unfortunately, what I've seen in my life, or the people around me, it's like we have different levels of resilience, right? Or everyone has different thresholds for certain things, and we all try our best. Like you said, we try our best, our parents try our best, our ancestors try our best with the tools that we're given. And unfortunately, they don't have the books to tell you, hey, this is how to be a good parent, or hey, this is what you should do. Or they're scared of the system, they're scared of law enforcement, even though law enforcement is supposed to be there to protect them, to take care of them. This system is supposed to be there to help them be okay, right? But as my parents are immigrants too, from Ecuador and Mexico, and even now they do things correctly, but they're scared like of the law. And I'm like, hey, you guys are fine. Like, you're not doing anything wrong. So I think highlighting that and like, helping people change their biases regarding what is okay and what is not okay as well too, right? Like being scared of the system I don't want, like, I'm not a parent, but I don't want my parents growing up like scared of the system, right? And going back to what I said, she even said right now she might have to leave in case she needs to do something for her family. Yeah. So just to highlight that, just because something happens to you doesn't mean that's what you're going to become necessarily.
Exactly.
And I think that's the important part to highlight here, and helping others realize that and sharing that love and kindness about it too.
And that's why when I say I have not been incarcerated, it's because I fought not to be incarcerated.
Yes.
Because I was in the streets. Right. And I've done things and I've seen things that could have got me in trouble.
Yes.
But I was surviving.
Yes. You had choices. You made choices.
I made choices, and sometimes, I go back and I'm like, if I would have got caught, I would have been in juvenile hall. Yep. Or I would have been in jail, right? But but we're going to the background part. Why going to Underground Scholars is my whole life education. I've been trying my best. I still have my folder of my preschool certificate. Nice. Thankfully, because of my aunt, she saved it, and I have all my
that's love right there.
Elementary that I went to. I have like the certificates. I love math, so there's mathematics achievement.
That's amazing.
And so my whole time, and then going through high school, thinking that, oh, this man loves me, and then I became a teen pregnant. A statistic. Then I had my first son, in junior. Like, I was a junior, and then I was like, wow, now, like, this is it for me. Like, I had one teacher, and I'm going to say her name, Mrs. Garcia. You told me. No. Not shout out to her. Oh. Shout out in a way that because of her, maybe this is why I'm here. But she told me that, oh, you're pregnant now. You're not going to make it. She told me that. And she was supposed to be my, and so, shout out to her in a sense of like, look at me now.
She's doing her thing. And
she tried to do
to all you teachers and officials and people in the leadership positions that put people down, and especially not even justice involved people, but anyone, all you out there putting people down, like, we can do it. And some of us are better than you too. So I hate to say that, but it's a lot of ego tripping in the system, and that's what I'm realizing. Like, our system is, I don't want to get too philosophical, but in what I'm learning right now, it's like the person in power gets to decide if this person goes to jail for life or not, and what position are they in to make that decision. Sometimes, they go to school, but what I'm realizing, a lot of leaders might not be the best leaders. Let's just say that. But anyways, small tangent.
Going back to that, I remember she broke me. I had never had a teacher tell me something weird or bad. Like, it was always like, oh, Steph, you could write, you're a good writer, or Steph, you're good in math, like, or Steph, even my PE teacher, even though she was like, oh, you're pregnant, but you know what? You could swim.
Yeah.
And I would swim.
She's optimistic. She was encouraging you.
Yeah. And I would be the pregnant one swimming, and everybody else would be someone else. But she did that for me.
Yeah.
Because she saw my situation.
I have a story similar to hers
too,
about a professor, right?
Yeah.
I had a professor as soon as I got to Cal State San Bernardino. I think I'd been out of incarceration. I'd just been out probably 4 months. So I signed up for all my classes, and like, shout out to everybody that's doing school inside, man. Like, when you guys get out, when you guys get out of here, when you guys get out, right, and you guys get out here, you're 10 times faster than the average student, because even though the student has the same books, they might even have access to the internet, they might even have a tutor or a mentor, but there's one thing that we have that a lot of people don't have, and it pushes us so far in school, and that's discipline.
Exactly, being focused.
You can't buy that. That's something that you're taught, and that's what makes us such good students. So as soon as I got out, I took 5 classes, and I knew I was gonna pass them. So
there you go.
My friend told me, hey man, one of the things you want to do is go around and meet all your professors. So I went my
office hours.
There you go.
Right?
Office
so
hours, guys.
I went to
talk to your mentors.
I went to meet my professor, and she was Latina, right? So I was like, man, she's all with the movement. So I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna go get some game from her right from the start. So when I sit down, I start telling her my story, and you have to be very, and it goes back to your narrative. You have to be very select in how you tell people that you just got out of jail. She wasn't liking it. And so she told me, she said, why would you take 5 classes? More than likely you're going to fail all of them. You're going to ruin your opportunity. She's like, if I was you, I would just start off one by one. I ended up making the dean list that semester,
That's right.
And so later on, I seen her, and I was telling her the story, and she was standing in the grass, and I was telling her the story, and I was like, as I was telling her that story, how I got all my grades and I made the dean list, I was thinking in my mind, like, man, this lady, and I just ran into her. It was a chance meeting. I was like, man, this lady doubted
It wasn't
me.
planned. It wasn't planned.
And so we're sitting there talking, and she's in front of me, and we're right here. And out of nowhere, she's just looking at me like this, and she goes, ah! She had a trail of red ants because she was standing in the grass, running up her leg, biting her, and I was like, yeah. But I ended up helping her, right?
Of course you did. Of course you did.
I really saw that as, even though it was kind of messed up, I seen it as karma, right?
Yeah.
But, you're gonna run into people that doubt us, but like that lady, that teacher that gave her those words were meant to destroy her.
Yeah.
And what they ended up doing was they ended up creating. And that's the same thing for me, and that's the same thing with
anyone.
When you guys hear our words, it's the same thing, man. These words create something in you. And more than anything, man, just remember that as you guys look at us, as you watch this podcast, dude, we're no different than you guys. The only difference is that, like, me specifically, the only difference is that I just got out.
Yeah.
But we're all the same, man.
We're all humans, okay? We're all human beings.
And also, too, don't let that teacher or whoever tells you, or
whoever, family member, teacher, community member, anybody, friend, anyone.
100% wrong.
Yeah.
They're and these are professors and teachers that think they know us.
Yes.
Yeah.
100% wrong.
True.
So when that happened, here goes the little Steph that I went straight to the principal's office.
Dang. You told the principal what she told you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, good for you. Stand up for yourselves, you guys. Advocate for yourselves. Because if you don't, maybe someone else will not. So.
And I know that sounds like, oh, boy, you snitched. No, that's not snitching. That is
being real. That is protecting yourself as well.
It wasn't snitching. It was more like, nah, she's not going to get away with this. And I wasn't trying to retaliate. I wasn't trying to be like, well, I'm going to get you.
Yeah.
No, I needed someone to know what she said to me.
Yeah.
So if another student happens, if another teen pregnant girl gets the same words that because of her class,
you're going to feel, you wanted to prevent that from happening.
Exactly.
And it made me think of something. Think about all those times, those quote unquote, you didn't snitch, but it could have had a negative detrimental effect because you didn't speak up for yourself. And again, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. So then from there, like, I never like, oh, I'm going to prove her wrong.
Yeah.
No. And that for
you did your own thing.
For me, that's when I'm like, you know what? After my son, then I went to the counselor and they're like, you know what? we're going to take you to Lauren Crusette Academy, where it's in Santa Ana, and they have a daycare. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Your senior year.
Yeah.
But by the time I get there, they were waitlisted, all these kids. So my son's father at the time, we're not together, his mom was like, I'll take care of the baby while you go to school.
Okay.
So shout out to her.
Yeah.
If it wasn't
Yeah,
for her,
love.
you know, that's my
Much love.
son's grandma.
Yes.
And so thankful for her. By the time I went to Lauren Crusette Academy and I did all my credits, because I was a standing student, I wasn't that bad.
Yeah, yeah.
And so by the time my senior year, I literally, by March, graduation's in May, June. By March, the counselor's like, oh, you're done. Like, next thing you know, a week later, the daycare calls me. Oh, your son can come in now. And I was like, well, I already finished my credits.
Yeah.
But because of that, they moved me to a school where they were going to help me, which
nice.
obviously they couldn't because there was a wait list of teen, you know, kids,
Being,
you know, in the daycare. So then obviously you had to wait. And so then for me, it was like, wow, like I even got to graduate before my class.
Yeah.
And then because Lauren Crusette was a small school, I was in the honors. I was like the top kid. You know, like, you know, and I got a lot of recognition. And that I remember my first award was with the Cervantes, and it's like a woman's thing. And it's like, I was like, for 3 months straight, I was like the student of the month.
Congratulations, Stephanie.
So,
that's amazing.
That's right.
And so that, I think that recognition is why I'm in Underground Scholars. Because ever since then, I haven't stopped.
Yes.
Then I went to community college, Santa Ana. So I'm born and raised Santa Ana. So Santa Ana College community, which shout out to them. They're the best, one of the best community colleges. And I'm sure all of them are.
Yeah.
And so from there, I've always had a close friend that she connected me at Chapman University. When I graduated from getting my 3 associate's degrees.
Amazing. You hear that, guys? 3 associates. That's amazing. You don't need to get 3, but if you can get 3, more power to you as well.
Amazing.
You need 1 to transfer. Remember, guys.
So that was June of so that was June of 2022.
Wait, what associates did you get?
Sociology.
Yeah,
and
nice.
Then,
Sociology.
And then humanities.
Nice.
And it's because the behavioral science. There you go.
Very cool. Congratulations, Stephanie. That's amazing. You're a go-getter.
I always stick with sociology because that's my main.
That's your focus, right? Okay.
So
hopefully we can do another podcast on majors.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Research, why it's so important for us being in this population, why research is so important.
Yes. Because of the weird, right? Yep.
So then from there,
we'll get more into that, guys, too, as well.
So June 2022, I graduated. You know, we had a cool commencement at the Angel Stadium.
Nice.
And and it was so cool. My family was so happy, especially my siblings.
Yes.
And so next year,
were you the first to graduate?
Yes.
Congratulations.
For my family.
Shout out to first generation students,
Yes.
first generation college students. Yes.
What about college right now? First.
Yes.
Congratulations
Yes.
once again.
University.
Yeah.
So
At
then,
UCI. Amazing.
one of my friends like, hey, this summer Chapman University is linking up with Project Kinship. Shout out to Project Kinship.
Shout out to Project Kinship and Chapman as well.
Yeah, Chapman University. And we'll talk later about those programs. But anyways, she's like, oh, they're doing a community intervention worker certificate, and it's free, and it's for the summer. And I was like, well, I just graduated. I accepted UCI, but UCI start till September. I'm like, let me do it. Why not have this community intervention? And then I started looking up what community intervention worker is, and I was like, oh, that sounds cool. So basically, a community intervention worker is somebody that gets in between like the law enforcement and like a situation, like a problem, kind of like a
social
intermediate intermediate channel, basically. Yeah.
So basically,
a mediator.
Yeah. So the next thing you know, like Project Kinship and Chapman University professors, they get like Dr. Valdez from UCI. They get like all these people that
Shout
are
out
so
Dr. Valdez.
Yes. Shout out.
And we'll talk more about them. But I was like, when I saw him, I was like my brain like exploded because to acknowledge that he had, and I was like, wait, that's the school I'm going to, UCI.
Yes.
So I was very humble, right? I was like just listening, and next thing you know, so this is a whole summer courses, and then next thing you know, we find out that Underground Scholars Program is coming, and I remember my UCI application, I had put that I was interested because it said for formerly incarcerated or system impacted.
Oh yes, yes.
So I knew about that name, but
Mhm.
I thought, oh, because just a check,
Mhm.
and if you're gonna get letters or whatever.
Yeah.
So I thought,
What's
oh,
so what is justice impacted and system impacted when they ask you that? What does that mean?
so
Mhm.
yeah,
Oh.
so system impacted, right?
Like foster care, like you
yeah.
were talking about, being in
Getting-
the system.
yeah.
Okay.
And then justice justice involved is more like actually dealing with forward facing the justice, either being formerly incarcerated or having your interactions with the justice system.
Yeah.
Want to make
Yeah.
sure all the terms are
No,
clear
yes,
so we
yes,
can get
yes.
our vocabulary tight.
Yeah, and if you
Yeah.
guys have any questions, I mean, we'll be happy to answer them maybe on the Net podcast or during one of our lectures as well. So yeah.
then they have Hector Cervantes be a guest speaker, and then
Nice.
he's talking about Underground
Shout out
Scholars
Hector.
Program. Yeah, he's
wherever
talk-
you're at, Hector,
Yeah,
shout out.
we miss you. Wish you were
And then-
here.
You're supposed to be here.
And I think,
Shout out.
and then he brought like another colleague at the time, Adrian. I don't know his last name, but Adrian. And they were talking about how they get free food. They were talking about how they get free housing
A lot of free
at
things.
UCI, and I was like,
Earned.
Free
You
things.
deserve it though.
Yes.
You
And I
know,
was like,
it's earned.
and I was
Yeah.
like,
100%.
I was like,
Yes.
free? Wait,
Yes.
I'm going to UCI. I'm system impacted. Wait, what's going on here? Like,
Yeah.
and he was talking so good about the program, how the program basically has pillars, right? The wellness pillars, the outreach
Reach,
pillars, the
retention.
recruitment, retention.
Yes.
And I was like, what? Like,
Advocacy
Yeah.
as well. Yes.
and so then
Yeah.
he ended his guest speaking. There was other guest speakers, and then I went. Finally, they're like, "Oh, you guys could take a break," and I like grab Hector. No, I didn't grab him, but I'm like, "Oh, excuse me."
Come here.
You like
I'm
checked in
like-
with him like, hey Hector.
I'm like,
yeah.
This is the first thing I told him. Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Stephanie Vanessa Rodriguez. My middle name's Vanessa too, by the way. And he's like, hi. I'm like, oh, I just accepted my UCI, like my application.
Application,
like
yeah.
I'm committed.
Yeah.
And he was just like, oh, really? Oh, good. Like for him, it was like boom, right? Because
Yeah.
he needs students
yeah.
for his program.
Yeah,
and that,
definitely.
And then when I
Yeah.
told him, so I was too like back then I didn't really know the words. I never would tell people, oh, I'm system impacted.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Right, those
yeah.
words are important.
Yes. So then I was like, what does system impacted mean? Because
Mhm.
the formerly incarcerated, like
Yeah.
I understand that
Yes, yes.
because of my parents. So
Of
I know
course.
that that's my parents, right?
Mhm.
And so then
Mhm.
I was like, what is system impacted? He's like, oh, somebody that has ever been affected by the system,
Mhm.
going to court, blah blah.
Mhm.
And I'm like, if I went to foster and I was like a ward of the state and all
Mhm.
that stuff. He's like, oh yeah, your system impacted.
Definition
Yep.
of system
Yeah, and then I was
Yeah.
like, oh, and
Yeah.
then that's how I got here.
Yes.
So
yes.
he saw my potential. He saw
Mhm.
how good of a student. He saw my passion because we spoke. We had like a little conversation. He gave me the opportunity, and this is
Mhm.
what Underground Scholars Program does.
Yes.
They give you the opportunity to apply when they have a position as a student staff.
Yep.
And that's how I got in.
Yes.
Why is that?
Yes.
Why is that important as a student? Why to get a position like that? Why? Is
So
that
it's very important because you're broke, right? We're
Yeah.
broke, and being a student, if somebody gives you a student staff position, that means you're gonna work inside school,
Yes.
in school hours,
yes.
in your schedule of schooling. So then it gives you an advantage
Mhm.
to not be stressed about getting an outside job where the
Mhm,
hours are
mhm.
sometimes,
Yep,
I've
yep.
done it all. I've done retail, I've done pharmacy, I've
Mhm.
done every hour out there. I've done graveyard with Amazon at one point, which
Oh.
wasn't bad. But
Mhm.
I done every hour of the day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
knowing that you being a student staff, I knew it was gonna be like somewhere from 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Right,
you know?
I want to say something.
Yeah, there's
real quick
stability
about,
in that,
About
yeah.
her, about her saying broke, right?
Mhm.
Dude, like when you're a college student, you're broke.
Yes.
Like you don't
it's
have
hard.
you don't have
it's
money.
hard out here.
However, let's time out. What
Yeah.
we mean by broke is not that you're not gonna have no money.
It's an investment.
You're just not balling the way you want to ball. You
It's
just
true.
you have to be mindful because
Yes.
your whole focus is on that education and that degree and that super extra large paycheck that's going to come with it. So
Exactly that
you're
investment.
not working. So like
Yeah.
Stephanie was saying, man, getting a job on campus where because you're going to have a job. You're going to have a job. You're going to be getting money from the school, but
Mhm.
you're looking for money every chance that you can
True.
because you don't have a job. You're a student, but and to hear her tell her story, man, it's just like she's telling my story. I'm pretty sure she's telling your
Yeah,
story.
no, definitely.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. We all have these things in common, guys. It resonates, right? It's hard. Cost of living is high. It's difficult, but I always say it's an investment, right?
100%.
And we're all on different financial situations right now too. But what I understand for everyone is that the harder we can work right now doesn't mean we're not going to work harder later. It's just we can still work really hard. We're just going to make a lot more money doing it as well.
More.
So
whole lot of money.
A lot of the students in the TAY program, they're interested in being entrepreneurs or starting their own businesses,
podcasts,
and then investing as well.
Shout out to the entrepreneurs.
Yes,
you could do a podcast.
And a lot of them argue against, not argue, but why go to school if we can do this without school, right? So I let them know it's a lot easier to become an entrepreneur or to become an investor if you have that capital, if you have that financial stability as well. So like I said, if you can surround yourself with someone who can make you an entrepreneur right now and you know it's going to be set in stone, good for you. That's great.
Right.
But
jump on it quick.
Yes, do it. If not, then invest in yourself. 100%. The best way to invest in yourself is go to school, get an education, go to college.
And then you don't have to worry about someone making you an entrepreneur. You're going to become one yourself.
Or you can meet some on the way too. That's the other thing. Or maybe not, or someone that you decide you don't want to be an entrepreneur and you find a career that you're interested, or you do want to be an entrepreneur in the field you're interested. Education, apart from learning and helping personal development, is networking, growing. I have met so many amazing mentors, and shout out to Dr. Elizabeth Cauffman for making this TAY program possible. If it wasn't for her and all the amazing work she does and research, I wouldn't be here, and I arguably TAY program wouldn't be here. So what I'm trying to say here is education is not just about the learning, it's also about the growing and changing your planet, changing your life, changing your world as well.
Changing your planet.
Yeah.
And can I add something to that?
Yeah, go ahead. Yes, please. Yeah.
No one, right now, somebody's going to come in here and rob us, right? Let's just give that little hypothetical scenario. But they're not going to take my education away.
Yeah, they can't take it away from you.
Right now, somebody can take this away, right?
Yeah.
Somebody can take your sweater. Somebody
my
can
laptop,
take my shoes.
Our laptop, all of this gear in
but
here.
Are they going to take away my education?
No.
Never.
You can start again, if anything.
And that's so smart. And I used to always think that too. Like when I got out, I was going to start a nonprofit, and I don't need an education. I can start a nonprofit.
Yeah.
You sure can. You can start a nonprofit. I'm pretty sure you can get grants. But when that nonprofit falls down the tube or someone takes it away from you or things happen, what happens with your nonprofit?
Yep.
So when you have your education, I like to say you can travel with it. I can
it's
go
yours.
where I want to go. It's mine. I can
go
to Nebraska and I'm still going to be a PhD student.
Yeah.
I can go to New York. So it's like you're able to work wherever you want to go, even out of the country.
Yes.
But
So the power of education, and thank you guys for highlighting that. Because it's something you carry somewhere with you everywhere. So keeping that in mind, guys, I know that we're not all fully on board with the college route, but those that you are, I hope this is encouraging you.
Yes.
I know that some of you have shared that you actually have shifted your perspective and do want to pursue college. Just know that usually it's me just lecturing you guys. Now you can see here, there's so many other mentors and amazing individuals that are happy and willing to support your journeys here at UCI or when you go to community college, depending where you guys go. I know we have some students interested in Santa Ana College as well.
And that's something that I could help with
exactly.
too.
So there's networks. Yeah. There's a lot of different networks that can help you guys.
And
so just keep that in mind as well.
And it's not all about science and math. My major right now here is double major, Chicano Latino Studies and Sociology.
Shout out. So, yes, that is
but
amazing.
But thank you. That's the question. Hopefully that
that is amazing. I love that. And like you guys mentioned, we can definitely have more sessions of this. And Hector, wherever you are right now,
where you at, Hector?
You'll be here next time, okay?
We're looking for you, Hector.
And then hopefully we can get Dr. Cauffman in here. That would actually be really, really, really cool.
We're looking for you, Dr. Cauffman, as well. We want you in here.
I would want to.
That would be amazing.
Need your insight.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. Yes, go ahead.
Would you like me to share about my educational journey?
Yeah, if you want to, whatever. Again, this is an open platform.
I would love to. This is the time.
Yes. Go ahead. Please do. Yes.
So, because I was thinking too, man, when Stephanie was telling her story, I was like, man, I never went to school I'm from Los Angeles, so growing
Yes.
up in LA, of course, I was from a gang, right? So like I couldn't go to school. Like I'd go to
Yeah.
school and it was either my enemy's school and then I'd have to leave, or it was my school and I'd get in trouble for doing something. So I was
So you had
always
all these barriers
Yeah.
yeah,
trying to
from
go
day
to
one.
school.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, and then it was like, like I didn't know that like for most of my life, like I would sit in class, I'd be disruptive, I'd make noise, class clown. And getting older now, I see that the classes that they were providing weren't that interested. It wasn't that I
Yeah.
was stupid.
Yeah.
It wasn't that I was
Exactly.
dumb. I needed to be in a slow class. It's just that the classes weren't interesting, and so that made school
You
not.
distracted yourself
Right.
sometimes.
And not only
Yeah.
that, but I'm sorry to say this, but this is why we have that term falling under the crack
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
in
Yeah.
schools. They weren't helping you,
Yeah.
you know?
No.
They
And
were just saying,
unfortunately,
"You're
that still
You're bad,"
happens. You
instead
know,
of-
I hopefully it doesn't
Yes.
happen as much,
And
but
that's-
from what I know, it still does happen.
And that's what
so,
my research is going to be.
Yeah.
You'll hear more about that because
Yeah.
I want every student in Chicanx, Latinx to never fall
Right.
under the cracks.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, and that's the advocation part. You guys,
Yep.
this is
You
the
know?
work Stephanie's doing. But if you guys are interested in, doing community advocacy or school advocacy, very important. But
Yeah,
David,
but yeah.
please go
Yeah,
on
that's-
with what you were saying.
And I
Oh,
can't even
yeah.
imagine what you went through because that
Yeah.
must have been tough.
It's a lot of weight, man. Sounds like a lot of weight.
I don't even think I made it to 11th grade. So I ended up in juvenile hall, ended up in camp, Camp Challenger. And I went in when I was 16 and a half, and I got out when I was 18. But most of my time that I'd always get in the fights and get time at it, but most of the time that I got knocked off was from school.
Oh, nice.
And I would be in school. I would always be the TA, but I was the good TA. I was the one that, and then I'd lose my job. I'd be in there changing the grades when the teacher would. I was still doing bad shit, right? Excuse me, start doing bad stuff, right? So like, but what I
You
was
didn't
trying
know
to say,
though, right? You
right.
didn't know. It's all learning, and you were learning in the
Right,
process.
but
but
even
even at that time, you were a leader, though. Look,
through
yeah,
education,
yeah,
and I didn't
yeah.
even know it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it. Like I never
Yeah.
stopped and was like, dude, my greatest successes were when I was busted and I was in school.
Yeah.
And so when I get busted this time, I had a life sentence. I became a youth offender in 2019. And so I used to take college classes here and there, but I used to read. But
Mhm.
I never wanted to do college in prison because when it first started, it was you're gonna do this class, you're gonna do this one. You weren't able to pick.
Mhm.
So I was
being
like,
told.
man, yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, if they came through and they were cool, I would do
Yeah.
it. But other than that, I would just read my own books and
Yeah.
I'd read everything, man. I'd read everything. Don't let me find a textbook from school. I'm gonna read the whole. Those are
Nice.
hardcovers, so
Yeah.
it's hard to get. So
Yeah.
when I'd get it, I'd read from front to cover, right? So I was just
Nice.
reading
Nice.
my own stuff. And then I got into school finally, and I graduated in there.
Nice.
And when I
Congrats.
Right.
Congratulations, majors.
Big
Right.
accomplishment.
Yes.
yeah, but
yes.
school was never my thing. And so once again, I get out of prison and I want to drive trucks.
Okay.
And I ended up not being able to do anything with my degree because it was an AA and I was formerly incarcerated. So nowadays, an AA is just as good as a GED.
Yes.
But an AA is a stepping stone, and it's a stepping stone for a Cal State or from
A
or
UC.
a UC. They're
Yeah.
stepping stones
Yes,
to
exactly.
more
to transfer
money,
into
more
other
opportunities,
systems. Yeah.
higher education. So it's
Yes.
like, and I didn't know that, and I was trying to shop myself around, and I wasn't getting any jobs. Plus, I'm working at UPS. I always like to tell everybody, man, you guys got to stay in your lane. And what I mean by that is that I'm not going to go try to work at a bank. I'm not going to go try to work for Google. I'm not going to set my mind on that because I know that there's a lot of barriers there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I do is I stay in
yes.
reentry. And I
Yeah.
work with the youth that are incarcerated,
Yes.
youth getting out. So I try to stay right here where they're not going to do a background check on me. And if they do, they find out I've been to jail for attempted murder, robberies. They look at my rap sheet. They find out that I was a drug user, ex-gang member. It's more of a credential. It's more of
Yeah.
a boost. So
Yes.
I like to stay where I'm the powerfulest at. I don't want to
Yes.
go somewhere where someone can beat me because they have more knowledge from a book.
Mm-hmm.
I have knowledge from the book and from the street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
So
then
I
you
d-
can use your lived experience as an asset, right? It's actually an
Right.
asset. It's not
Right.
like a deficit,
Right.
right? Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
that's just my and like education was never my thing, but once I got into it and then I saw that the education was easy, I put that to the side and I started focusing on the opportunities within education because like like right now I work with Rising Scholars. I'm the program coordinator.
Shout out
And yes,
Moreno.
yes,
Damn.
Moreno
Valley
Valley,
College. Yes.
Moreno Valley College. So
Yes.
like,
Wait, before you say anything, I would want a job like that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
One of our students is actually from Moreno Valley. So if you want to join Moreno Valley College, David would be an amazing mentor
dude,
as
I'll,
well.
I'll plug
Yeah.
you up. You'll be in
Yeah.
the game.
He actually wants to become a firefighter, so he's in the process.
Yeah.
And I told him that getting school can also help with a lot of different things as well. Too. So,
Not only that, because
Yeah.
you're not going to be able to fight fires all your life. Pretty soon you're going to become an old man,
mm.
and you're going to have to sit, you're going to have to sit down. So now you have the experience and the degrees, and now
Yeah.
you can sit in your
There you go.
office
There you
and
go.
run a whole
That's what he was,
department.
because that's what he was saying. He
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
that's my homework for him. He wanted me to find out what degrees he would need to actually be the
Fire
director,
chief?
the chief, yeah, or captain. I think I was told.
But
yeah.
of course, you're going to have to put in the work like
Yes,
everybody
yes,
else and
yes.
get out there and fight fires like
Yes.
a good citizen like we
Yeah.
all have to do. But, like, no, but that's real, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you have to do things like you
Mhm.
have to get out here and you have to do things that, you really don't want to do.
Yes.
And,
Mhm.
I like that. I listen to, I still like, I don't have a lot of vices.
Mm-hmm,
I don't do a lot of bad things, but
Mhm.
like one thing that I do that's bad is I still listen to rap music. And
I mean, that's arguably
No, but
it
that's all I
depends.
listen
Well,
to.
it depends
That's
what kind
all
of
I
rap
listen to.
music it is. I
I
wouldn't
listen
say
to-
it's about
I
music
listen
is
to-
expression though.
I
Okay.
listen to everything, right? So, but
Me and him are gonna have a conversation because I'm the same way later.
So do
after
I
this.
though. It's
right,
okay.
right. So like one of my
Yeah.
favorite rappers is Nipsey Hussle. Shout out to
Yes.
Nipsey,
Oh
right?
man.
R.I.P.
And then
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
So
R.I.P.
he
Yeah.
says, like, I was watching an interview as a podcast, as a matter of
Yeah.
fact, and he was saying like, there's no difference from me than anybody else coming from where I come from,
Yep.
except the fact that I never stopped putting one foot in front of the other.
Yes.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
dude, like, like I tell everybody, man, like I sit in class, like there's nobody in there that has life experience. They're all coming from a book.
Yeah.
They're all talking about
Yeah.
what the book said.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so good to be in a place where it doesn't matter how old we are. We've experienced things, whether it's trauma, whether it's happiness, whether it's joy. We've experienced things in life that people have never
Yes.
experienced and never will.
Yes.
And they're in the same places as us trying to get what we have. And what they have is in a book.
True.
And all we got to do
True.
is pick it up and read it. And
Yeah.
all the answers are in there.
Yes.
You don't have to go. That book
facts.
has everything in it, right?
It's facts.
And so when we come to understand that, man, we stand out.
It's true.
I don't
And
want to get off topic,
no,
man.
no, that's
Yeah.
amazing, and that's what I also highlight with the students as well. That our lived experience is so powerful.
So,
Even
so
being in the
powerful.
TAY program, that is an achievement. That's resiliency.
Yeah.
And it's a story. And
it's
it's a
exactly,
story.
and that's-
it's a story. And
Yes.
it's not a bad story.
Eh,
It's a super, super good story, and it's one that will get you through every door.
Yeah.
And also, I know you're in there, and sometimes you probably they're like, damn, like you don't have hope or you don't have nothing. But just know that we are out here fighting for you
Yes.
guys.
Yes,
We
that's
are.
what
We
do.
and we
are
see
here.
you, like we
Yeah.
see you, we know you're there, like especially me when I drive down that 22. Like
Yeah, Stephanie has been since day one. She's like, hey, I want to work with the TAY program. I mean,
Yeah.
like, I want to
Help
come
out.
in, and it's been a little bit hard, getting
now she is,
clearance.
though. Now
But
she
now,
is.
but now we're bringing
we
this
found a way
into
in. We found a
you
way.
guys.
And
Yes,
We found a way.
yes,
a little bit of backstory. I
Yeah.
have been inside juvenile hall.
Yes.
I have been at the
the Olacy or
the probation one.
oh yes,
The what is it called again?
not 100%
Not the one
sure.
not next to juvenile hall. There's like two, right? The Orange County probation.
not sure. You mean not the juvenile hall?
Because there's juvenile hall and there's the Orange County YGC. Is it YGC or what is it called?
I went into one. I don't know which one I went into.
The
I'm
youth.
not 100% sure.
Anyways,
to be
point
honest.
is that
Yeah.
I've been there and I
Yeah.
have done some work, but it's like little stuff. It's more like guest speaker.
But juvenile. So this is actually going inside the Theo Lacey jail
Yeah, which
facility
is-
with
Shout out
adult.
to
yeah.
adults.
So
Yeah.
so that
Yes.
I know you guys are next,
Yeah.
right? Aside,
Yeah.
and then Orangewood is
Yeah.
right there, correct?
Yes.
So I know the
yes,
area.
Yes.
So
yes.
so just know that I see you.
Yeah, and also just
I
a
see
shout
you
out to the staff at the Theo Lacey jail facility. I know you also make the program possible.
Yes, thank you.
So thank you to the sheriff, Sheriff Don Barnes,
Yes.
and your
Yes.
team. Thank you so much for allowing this program to, thrive as well. And we're doing our best to make it a great program as well
Yes.
to moving forward. Something came to mind when you guys were talking, and I wanted to share it as well, but it kind of slipped my mind right now. It'll come back to me. Let me see.
Another question.
Yes, that was great though. You guys have hit so many key points, so much highlights, so much light to bring to the students inside as well. I think you've talked about this a little bit, David, but let me see here if maybe you can expand a little bit more. What role did education play in helping you shift your identity and future? I know you talked a little bit about it, but if you want to like unpack
marriage.
that a little bit, yeah.
Okay, so like for me, prison was a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
I was a lifer.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of different politics because of my race. I'm
Yes.
black, so the politics were a
Yes.
little bit different.
Yes.
And so I was able to ease through just being a square.
Okay.
Having a book in my hand at all time.
Okay.
Every time the library was open, I was in there either grabbing a book or
Okay.
doing some research on my case in the law library. So
Yeah.
Wow.
I was always in that mode. So I knew myself that learning had changed me.
Yes.
But that was the inside effect.
Mm-hmm.
But outward, it was the way that people started treating me.
I see.
So I was always that guy that someone would come up to and be like, hey, man, can you help me write a 602, which is a complaint in prison?
Oh, wow.
Or, hey, man, can you help me with my case?
Mm-hmm.
Or, hey, man, I'm having a problem with my visits. Or, I was
Yeah.
always...
You were mentoring inside. You were
Right,
helping
right.
individuals inside. Yeah.
But
That didn't understand that because
Yeah.
they're it's hard for them to understand. Oh, what does this say?
right, not only that,
Yeah.
dude, like, I'm going to say, like, real talk, like, I'm going to just say, and I want to get the data on it,
Yeah.
the numbers on it, but
Yeah.
I'm going to say, dude, like, from the people that I knew, I say about 65% of them couldn't read.
Wow.
So it's like to be in there and have that power through knowledge, to be able to be like, and when you have that, when you're a resource, it doesn't matter if it's in life or it's in prison or where you're at right now, dude. If you're a resource, you're treasured.
Yeah.
And people want to value, people want to keep you around. And so through education, I earned my value. So, dude, I was never like in no riots. I was like, like when something would happen, people would be like, hey, Penny, go ahead and stay inside today. It's about to crack. And because I was respected, like,
yeah, they
he's
took
not
care
with
of you
that.
because
He's
you
not
were
with
taking.
that.
Yeah, they took care of you because you were taking care of people as well,
And
right?
myself.
yes,
And
and
myself.
yourself.
That's
Yes,
right.
And myself.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
like, and I tell everybody, dude, like, there's different forms of respect, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to kill somebody. You don't have to hurt somebody. You don't have to
Yes.
jump somebody. All the stuff
Yes.
that I did, right?
Yeah.
And so once I learned that people are respected for having a mind, people
Yeah.
are respected for being intelligent,
Yes.
people are respected for what they bring to the table.
Yes.
And so, like, I always tell everybody, man, you want to be where you're celebrated and not tolerated.
Yes.
And when
Oh,
you're,
that's
and
so
when
deep.
no, dude, like
Yes.
when you got a
Yes.
mind, people want you everywhere. That's why
Yeah.
all the doors open for me is because of who your mind is. But they don't know that once I get in, I'm bringing in like 4 or 5 felons with me that are highly educated. We're activists, and we're going to get in that research,
Yeah.
and we're going to
Yeah.
change the system.
Yes.
So
yes.
that's
yes.
why, like, that's why I do what I do, because we're different students. Dude.
Yeah.
We have a hunger.
Yes.
We're not afraid. We're disciplined.
You want
Yes.
change.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, and to be in this
And
environment.
you're willing to do the work. That's
Right.
the other thing. You're willing to do the work that some other people might not like be okay doing. And that's what I learned is so powerful too. If you can set yourself apart by doing that hard work or doing things that
Thank
necessarily people might not want to do, get in the grimy, get in the dirt, and like, hey, not necessarily like literally, but there are things in the system that people don't want to tackle for whatever reason.
And then
right?
when that's happening,
Yes.
it's okay to say no.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
okay to set boundaries.
Yeah.
It's okay to get all the distraction out of your way.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you don't,
Yeah.
because that's what makes you focus and makes you a good person in doing your work.
And
Right.
also taking care of yourself. What Stephanie's saying, what you said right now reminds me of self-care. And we try to highlight self-care as much as possible. Hard work takes a lot of energy too, and then stress. And
Yeah.
these, issues that are systemic based sometimes require a lot of self-care. So keep that in mind, you
Yeah.
guys, moving forward as well. Yeah.
And I'm going crazy right now because you just hit like all kinds of things.
He's like, my self-care.
No, dude. Like I like to.
It's true
no,
though. Yes.
I like
yes.
to tell
Yeah.
everybody like, you know, when I meet somebody who's not formally incarcerated, like I have a couple friends. One, she's from well, the guy actually, he's from Greece, and like,
Oh, nice.
and when he hears formerly incarcerated, ex-gang member, whatever, he thinks this.
Yes.
And
The
like I tell,
schema. There's this schema,
It's
this
a stigma.
bias, or
Right,
yeah, this
but-
idea,
right,
right?
like
yeah.
this stereotype
Yep.
of what, and like I
Mhm.
tell everybody, dude, there's no gang members on the college campus, and it's not because they're not. It's not because they're not welcomed. It's because by the time you get here,
Yeah.
you've already changed.
yeah.
You've
Yeah.
already
The
changed.
identity.
And it's
Yeah.
not about like, and it's not about leaving your friends, leaving your homies, leaving your family.
Mhm.
It's about getting them to see you differently, so that you're in a position to do what you want to do.
There you
And
go.
then that goes with the identity part.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
You know?
amazing. I feel like you're not leaving anybody else. You're becoming more of yourself.
Right, dude. If
right?
you show
Yeah.
if you show up around your homeboys with a book in your hand every single day in a backpack,
They're gonna be like, "Damn, homie."
dude, like,
They're,
what's up
they're
with
gonna
like?
be.
But I'm doing my thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
sooner or later they're gonna stop calling you, but
Yeah.
they're still your boys. But it's like we're not doing the same thing
Yeah,
anymore.
and then they're
And that's
gonna,
okay. And
they're
if
gonna
they really
respect-
And
care
that's-
and love and respect, then they should understand that,
Which
right?
that's
If-
what it
So
should be
support
about.
you.
and that
And
reminds
that's what
me.
ends up
yes,
happening. But that's
yes.
what ends up
Yeah.
happening. They
Yes.
support you. You end
Yes.
up in school, and you end up being that dude that went off and got a good degree,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
came
See
back
that.
and got more
Exactly,
people.
exactly. That's what I
Yeah.
was gonna say. And then you
And-
can come back and bring others with
and help
you
your
and bring
community.
them up as well.
Right.
And that reminds me too, because not just in gangs, but don't ever. I feel like it's not good to give your energy, your passion, your time to anyone who doesn't acknowledge you, even in the career field, in the academic
Anywhere.
field. If someone doesn't appreciate you for who you are, how you are, then maybe you should not dedicate
Yes.
your time or energy to them. And I would say that in like any dimension of life, because for many years I tolerated a lot of things that I
Mhm.
shouldn't have tolerated. I think you guys might
Yep.
understand this a little bit.
Mhm.
The moment that I started putting myself first and I said like, hey, my needs and what I need to do comes first, the whole world shifted.
And the
right?
moment you
Right?
started saying no,
Exactly, which is still hard for me. It's still hard, especially when
setting
because
that
I was
boundary.
conditioned to be like the hero and always like take care of everything, do everything, which I still do. But now you have to realize I learned to put myself first, and we have to take care of ourselves first. Then we can take
care of
of the
others.
community around us, right? Because how are we going to take care of anyone else if our cup is not
100%.
full, right? Or at least more than half full too. So
Yeah.
love that. Yeah, thank you, David.
you.
That was super
No,
insightful.
that was
Appreciate
bomb,
it.
dude. That was
Yeah.
right on point.
Yeah, thank you. This
Yeah,
is
I'm
I
just
think
I'm just
no,
blabbering
this is
right
great.
now.
No, look, I think I have a. Let me see
Yeah.
let me see if you like this question, Stephanie. What does it look like when a student truly finds their purpose in college?
Wow, that is a good question.
Do you like that one, or we can do another one?
No, yeah.
Okay, so what does it look like when a student truly finds their purpose in college?
Yeah. So I think when you find your purpose in college,
Mhm.
what it looks like, it's like all that like inside thought that you're like, I can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
This is not me.
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah, the imposter syndrome, or like, why am I here?
Mm-hmm. Not
Right.
good enough.
Right.
We're
Like
not
it's
good
gone.
enough. Yeah.
You know, lately, right? That's a perfect question you're asking right now.
Yes, I knew it. That's why I wanted to ask it to you, because I feel like for you, things
Right?
are right.
I feel like
Yes.
even the people
Yes.
that have met
Yes.
me, I feel
Yeah.
like when they see me, they're like, something's different about Steph.
Yes.
And let me tell you this right now. This quarter, well, the past quarter,
Mhm.
I was able to go to the conference in New York.
Behind the
Yes.
bars conference.
Beyond the
correct?
bars,
Beyond the
yes.
bars. Beyond the
Yeah.
bars. Yes. Shout out
Was
to
that your
Beyond the
first time in
Bars.
New York?
Second time.
Yeah. Shout out to New York.
Yeah.
Shout out
so
to New York.
at-
Shout out to the second time in New York.
at Columbia University.
Oh, nice.
And all
Yes,
because of
yes.
Underground Scholars.
Yeah.
Columbia University.
Yeah.
Yes.
That a big university?
Yes.
It's one of the biggest.
It's
Yes.
one of the biggest.
One
yes.
of the
biggest
biggest
and best.
Yes.
Yes.
And I was in the Center of Social Injustice department.
Nice.
So
That's where the conference was held.
yes,
Very
it was
cool,
very
cool.
big,
So
and
how much did you have to pay?
nothing,
They
Oh.
paid for your airfare,
everything.
your room.
There you
Everything.
go. See, David Mentor knows.
See?
He knows the
Hey,
facts.
they pay
He
for
knows the facts.
everything.
yeah.
And honestly, now, like going back to the question, right? Like how it has as a student, right? Like how I feel. Sorry, repeat those words. Those
you're
words.
fine. What does it look like when a student truly finds their purpose
Yes.
in college?
So
Yes.
coming
Yes.
back from that conference
Mm-hmm.
in New York, I experienced most. I was so excited to be in New York. I was. Can you pass me my headphones? So even though I'm wearing these,
Yeah.
I got these in Christmas, and this means a lot to me. These headphones because when in 2002 I got the whole Walkman, the whole headphone, the CD player.
Yeah.
I'm a big rap person too.
Yeah,
Like rap
yeah.
music.
Who's your favorite rapper?
Love rap.
I-
You could say it.
You say
it's okay.
it.
Just say
It's Tupac.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Tupac too.
You know,
Love
my
Tupac too.
favorite, like, you know, I want to say a verse that I like that
Yeah,
to
go
this
ahead.
day. It's like, you got to break the rules to make that major.
Yeah.
You know, from Shorty want to be a, you know,
Yeah.
I don't want to say the other word, but
It's okay.
he says, you got to break the rules to make it to major.
Yes. Yes.
When I've heard those words, what am I getting right now? I'm getting 2 majors.
Yeah. Double major.
You know what I mean?
Sociology.
For me, it's like
Chicano.
he's
studies.
in his lyrics. He's because in the before that he say you gotta go to school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
Yeah.
and he's telling the kid that song. He's telling a 16-year-old because he's over here. He has everything,
Mm-hmm.
and he wants to be like, you know,
Yeah.
that life.
Yeah.
He's like, go to school, man.
It's powerful.
You know what I mean? So,
That's
anyways,
true.
what I'm trying to go
No.
back to this question is
Yeah.
that I was vibing in New York with these. I was like on my zone. I was listening to my music. I'm in New York. You know, this is because he there's a lot of interviews that he talked good about the East Coast and the whole thing about that whole, you know, I don't care who the West Coast, East Coast, like you're somewhere else and you are free in this country and you're going to Columbia University. Like I'm allowed to feel myself.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I
You
was like
earned
vibing,
it. You
you know?
earned it. That
I was like-
energy. That
I
energy
was
is
like,
powerful,
I'm graduating
right?
next quarter.
Yes.
This is my spring break.
Hell
like
yeah.
this is my little, like
it's like
my
euphoric, right?
this
It's
is
it's like euphoric without having to put something.
Yeah.
It's like it's a
Or-
natural euphoria, natural high.
It was
too,
that
right?
moment
Yeah.
when you say, hey, when I or like when I graduate, I'm gonna go travel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
And you were
surprise
doing
myself.
it.
Yeah.
And you were doing it.
So that was my spring break. It was cool. I was like, everything's free. Like all because I'm a scholar.
Mhm.
All
A
because
scholar.
a scholar.
Education.
Education. I'm
Scholar.
somebody that work hard.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, because of laws and because of rules, like I got unlawfully detained.
Over there?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know
Going
that.
towards the subway. Point
What?
is, that's gonna be another story. I get unlawfully detained. I'm like, man, these guys messed up my vibe. But you know what? I told them what it is, right? I told them what it was. I'm like, you guys are unlawfully detaining me just because of my skin color. It's all because of ICE things going on.
so
They're
sorry to
really,
hear
really
that.
stopping people. Doesn't matter where you're at.
Just because of the way you looked.
Yeah.
They saw you happy, smiling, singing to Tupac, and they're like, we got to
gotta-
get this person out of
Well,
here.
I don't know if
like-
they knew I was listening to Tupac because you know this.
No,
but, but you know what I mean.
yeah,
So next thing you know,
yeah.
point is I was doing everything right, and I told him I'm a free person willingly walking here. I'm not driving no vehicle. I'm not a murderer. I'm not a criminal. I'm not. Why? Are you, and then the night before, because I look at news, they were looking for a guy that actually stabbed the girl in that same subway that I was in.
Oh my God.
Why are you not looking out for that guy? You guys got it on surveillance video.
Instead of wasting their time and like
On me,
stopping
a
you.
student over here,
Yeah.
you know, and then I'm
Vibing.
all repping UCI, doing my hoodie, and then I'm like, you know who this is?
It's because you were wearing a hoodie. That's the.
I
other
was wearing
reason,
UCI,
too.
and I was like, remember this, all right? They were probably like looking at me like, damn, this girl. And I'm like, I came here to Columbia University for social injustice, and this is what I get.
Damn.
Next thing you know, like,
That's
point is,
real.
that happens, that trip, I came back, and I was proud to be walking at UCI.
There you go.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was
yeah.
like, I belong here.
Yeah.
I'm a student. Just because I
Yeah.
had a bad experience somewhere else,
Mhm.
what happens to you in there, what happens to anybody out
Mhm.
in the public when someone tries to take you down because whatever reason, policy, whatever laws happening right now, being a student in this moment of time for me means everything.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
this quarter I'm graduating.
Yes.
I'm walking that commencement, and not only me, we're gonna say Miguel too. Miguel's
Yes.
walking too.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
So it's like, this is my moment.
Yes.
And
it is your
now
moment.
those thoughts that I said earlier, they're gone.
Yeah.
I've been on my scooter. You see me on my scooter,
Yeah,
right?
I love your scooter.
And I be on my scooter, and I be here now on
Yeah.
campus listening to my Tupac.
Shout
and-
out to all the scooter riders out there
Yeah.
too.
There's a
Like-
lot of scooters. Everybody has a scooter here
yeah.
on campus, and it
And,
just
and
everywhere.
so, yeah, I
Yes.
feel like knowing that you belong.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Oh.
Knowing that you belong, and no matter where you go,
Yeah.
And knowing that because all my educational journey since preschool all the way to now here, I made it. Knowing that I
did.
made it, even if it's just an undergrad, even if you just go to SAC or community college,
Yeah.
whatever community college you go, even if you get your AA, like
Mhm.
you're gonna get to places, and that noise, that all that
Yep.
inner thoughts that make you feel negative or
Yep.
make you believe, because sometimes there is gonna be a student trying to test you in class.
Or even
Last
a teacher.
quarter, I got
Or a
two.
teacher.
It was the most awkward things. Like one student would get mad because I would sit in the front, and it was like, I guess her seat. I'm like, girl, in my head, like, girl, this
Is
is
your
not.
name on there?
This is not a assigned seat.
And you own that seat. That's
Yeah,
yours. You paid
exactly.
for it.
And
UCI, you paid
not
your
only
tuition.
that, she was always late.
Oh, here at
And-
UCI
yeah,
or
like
at
a
SAC? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And then
okay.
the only reason why I like to sit in the front is because I can't see that far.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not nothing.
But and you also want to pay attention. There's some
Yes.
students
sit
that
in
go
the
to
front.
class and they're not even paying
Yeah.
attention, or they're doing whatever
Because they're
else,
like
but-
traditional student, mommy and daddy are paying for it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
or they don't care.
They don't.
Yeah.
They're going to school because they're being forced.
But-
Me, I can't sit in the back because I have ADD.
Yeah.
Or ADHD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
And-
distracting.
Yeah, and so I'm in the back with 50 people in front of me and watching their screens. and
Yeah.
She's on Amazon. He's over here texting. So I'm all over
Yeah,
it. So I
and-
have to sit in the front. So there's
Yeah.
only one thing in front of me, and that's the professor. over
Anyways,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
she was like always dogging me, right?
Yeah.
And then and one day I went up, we got up. I'm like, hey, do you have a problem? Like,
Mhm.
I know. It's like, oh, it's because I like that seat. I'm like, well, then tell DSC that you need to have that one in the corner with the disability. Maybe you need to get that one because
Mhm.
I have disabilities too.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I deserve the seat, and I know that counts. Sorry if you feel like I'm being, there's always that stereotype: women talk loud or Latinas are loud, spicy.
No.
It's
This
just
is your
that-
space.
Spicy.
No.
It's just that.
This
It's just
is
that for me,
you're empowered here. No, you're
that
good.
that question about here, how does it feel being like a student now? Like, it means everything.
Yeah.
It's like what you said about how education is everything. I work
Mhm.
so hard. I'm a mom. I
Yep.
have 4 kids.
Yes.
I cook. I clean. I wash. I do everything that a normal person does, and on top of that,
You go
I
to
stay
school.
late. I go to
Mhm.
school. I make sure I talk to my professors. I make
Mhm.
sure I talk to my TAs. I make sure I do everything because I don't want to be depressed no more. I don't want to be down there no more. I'm moving forward. All my past, all my experiences, that's gone.
Yes.
It's
Preach.
gone.
Yes.
I can't be that little Stephanie no more thinking that
Yeah.
she's 2 years old and in the foster.
Yeah.
Maybe that did have to happen to me in order to be here. But now that I know that I'm a good scholar and that all of that, like, this is no time for me. For me, I feel like I'm blessed to even
Yes.
have my fingers, to even have my legs,
Yes.
because I could get up and go to school,
Yes. I love that.
And so
Thank you.
if for you, the student, everyone that's gonna watch this, you are a scholar, even if you're in there.
Yep. I
The-
tell them we're all scientists.
Yeah.
Ever since
And-
babies, we are scientists.
And so just
always researching and
And so
observing
just
our
know that,
environments
yes,
too,
you're
so.
going to have all those same thoughts that I had, or yes, you're going to feel like it's impossible. But if you really want it, you're going to get it, because nobody could tell you otherwise,
Yes, preach.
So,
keep that
that's-
in mind. It's a hard
Sorry.
work, guys. No, that is
That was good.
amazing.
That was
Thank
good.
you,
it's just
Stephanie.
because of my
Yeah.
story of New York.
No.
Oh, remember how I had in the beginning, I said, I
Yeah.
tried so hard to never get incarcerated.
Yeah.
Man, you should have seen those moments. I really thought I was going to get
Yeah.
incarcerated
He
because
wasn't trying hard this time.
no, because
You're
She wasn't trying hard this time.
I
know, right?
I busted out the camera. I recorded them, and I was like, and they were there hiding their faces. But
Yeah.
I could have gone. Those
Yeah.
videos you see people getting tackled down, that could have been me. But
Hey, well,
thankfully,
I'm glad you stood up for yourself,
But
but
yeah.
also a reminder to also practice regulation,
yes,
right? And knowing when to stand up for ourselves, which I'm so proud you did.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did. Basically,
yeah.
I did freedom of speech, and
Yeah,
then
exactly.
I said,
Yes.
I'm a free person.
Exactly.
You know,
Which is
I
great.
have
Yes.
everything in order. There's a
Yeah.
reason why I'm here.
Yeah.
I
And
wasn't
then
walking, committing a crime.
and shout out to all of those who do abide by our laws and system
Yeah.
and makes those things be okay instead of breaking certain things that shouldn't be broken.
Yeah.
Certain, I guess, fundamental rights, one can say, that lead to these unfortunate situations where people get wrongfully detained or wrongfully
Yeah.
incarcerated
Yeah.
or worse, right?
Yeah,
So,
and then and I told them, I'm like,
Yeah.
you guys are gonna remember me.
yeah.
Like if I come out and you guys you're, oh, that's that girl that we tried to arrest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, not that I'm saying I want to be famous.
No,
right?
no, yeah.
But
yeah.
what if I get an article out there? Oh, Vanessa Rodriguez from UCI did this,
Yeah.
blah 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 blah, and then
Yeah.
they're like,
Oh,
oh,
that's the girl that we saw that we yeah.
the one that said that.
Yeah.
Remember this, baby?
Yeah.
I'm
That's
from-
awesome.
And I was like, I'm from UCI.
I can so picture
They're
that.
like, what's UCI?
What is that?
We have NYU here, so yeah.
Columbia.
Anyways,
Thank you for
Thank
sharing
you.
that. No, of course, Stephanie. We do have a little bit more time left, so I did want to wrap it up. I know we've covered a lot of things. We unpacked some things, and there's so much more to unpack and threads to unwind as well. But is there anything else that you guys want to highlight or focus on, or maybe something that we didn't cover that you guys would like to cover?
Yes. I hope we can do this again.
Yeah,
And it would be
most
cool. It would
definitely.
be cool if we can get
Like a
someone
series.
and get the people that are watching
Yeah,
or whoever watches to
Yeah.
shoot us some questions, and then we can come on
Yes.
here and talk about the questions.
definitely. For the guys in the TAY mod, you heard that.
Come up
I'll
with the
see if we can
questions.
get some questions from you guys. I'll bring him here. Also, Hector, we'll be
We're
waiting
looking
for
for you,
you.
Hector.
Dr.
And-
Cauffman as well. Hopefully, we can get
Cauffman,
you in here
we're
as well
looking for
too.
you.
And just shout out to everyone who makes the TAY program possible. Dr. Marie Gillespie, thank you for being
Yeah.
the coordinator for the multidisciplinary team, which has all the programs that help the TAY program, including the program with Underground Scholars and bringing this higher education to the students in there. And like I said, everyone who makes this possible, eternally grateful.
Thank you, guys.
And I
Thank
know
you so much.
another thing
Yes.
I wanted to add. I know
Yeah.
you are having some graduates. this
Yes.
week.
So shout out to Demaria and Javier as well. They
Yes.
actually have their
Congratulations.
ceremony on this upcoming Thursday. So you guys will probably be seeing this the day after as well. We always try to do, congratulations to you guys.
What are their
Congratulations.
degrees? What are their degrees?
So they're completing the UCI Pathways to College course certificate program.
Oh,
So they're
certificate.
so they're
Wow.
getting that certificate, and they both also
Congratulations.
congratulations, guys.
Yes.
And they also both helped me co-facilitate one of the lectures for the class. So
No
they're
way.
getting
Wow.
a leadership certificate for that
And
as
then
well.
make sure you
Congratulations.
Yeah. Congratulations, guys.
and make sure the next step for them is
Yeah.
to learn how to put that on your CV resume.
Oh yeah,
Right?
I always tell them, and reminder guys to
Right?
reach out once you're on the out. Either reach out to me. You guys have Hector's contact as well. If you want,
David.
you have his email.
And
If you guys are
Vanessa.
interested in connecting with David, I'll get his
Yes.
contact. If you guys are interested, especially the student who Damani is actually the one from Moreno Valley. He's still in there for a little bit, but still I'll
I
let
got
him
him.
know.
And then for
Damani,
me,
I got you. All you got to
Yeah.
do is contact me, and I got you.
And
We'll
then
start working.
and
on
then
it.
also-
the transfer center part stuff, I could help too.
Yeah,
like-
definitely. And also just shout out to all the students in there right now. Ronaldo, Alex, and then
All right.
Jason, and then Jose as
Yeah.
well. And I think that's everyone. Thank you guys for also being
Thank you.
amazing students, and then also giving me the great feedback that helps me also improve as well. So
And thank
looking
you for
forward
having
to
us.
yeah, thank you for watching
welcoming us.
this
Thank you.
as well.
Yeah.
Looking forward to hearing what you guys think about this podcast setup and also feedback. Once you guys tell me
Please.
what we can improve on, definitely we can work that way as well. So
Thank
you so much, and shout out to Stephanie, shout out to
Shout out to
David. Thank you
Stephanie.
guys
Shout out
to
for
Miguel.
being here and making it happen. This was
Yeah.
love, so
Yes,
much love
thank you
here.
so
Yeah,
much.
I
you
love
guys. So
that.
fun.
Hopefully we
Thank
can
you.
do this again.
Yes.
Yeah.
So great being here with you guys.
Thank you so much.
All right. We're